Welcome back to AM Northwest. There are 11.3 million women-owned businesses in the U.S., and the number just keeps growing. Here with advice on getting yours started, we welcome the author of Woman on Fire, entrepreneur Heather Picken. Good to have you with us, Heather.
Well, thank you so much, Helen.
What made you decide to write the book?
Well, I have been so disempowered in every area of my life, from money to men, and I had a situation where my life literally changed in one moment. And that was at the time I was living with a boyfriend. We had a fight. He threw me out at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
And so I looked at my life and I'm like, I've got to change this. So I made it my mission to take my mess and to empower millions of women to really own their power, own their greatness, and never doubt their value.
Okay, so had you had a business at this point that you get kicked out at 2 o'clock in the morning?
I did, and it was failing miserably.
So when you look at that, what would you have done differently?
Actually, you know, I wouldn't have done anything differently because I believe that our challenges really help us catapult us to another level of our evolution.
So we learn from our failures, is what you're saying.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you talk about creating a vision.
Yes, yes. One of the things in order to create a vision is you have to align what your top 3 values are. And axiology is the study of values and worth. No two people on the planet have the same set of values. So how you do that is, what do you love doing the most? Let's just say you're sitting at home, you love your kids. You can actually create a business from that. And so when you align what is most inspiring to you, what you like to talk about to your friends all day, where you're investing your money, you can create a business, or really my message is creating an inspired life.
Wow, okay, so give me an example of the vision that you've talked about, like maybe a recent client.
Yeah, so I had a client who was a single mom, and she was really struggling in her business. She had a million different directions. And so one of the things that I did is I asked her, well, what do you really love doing? And one of the things that she loved doing was teaching classes on how to be healthier. She liked to make soap. And so we turned that into an offline business, holding classes and events, and also put herself online as well.
Okay, you also talk about overcoming challenges. What are some of the challenges that people have faced, and how did they overcome them?
Yeah, well, in my book, Woman on Fire, Entrepreneur, I talk about growing up having a learning disorder. So I was dyslexic, and I really felt stupid. I was comparing myself to other people.
Sure.
And a lot of times, you know, when you're going through a challenge, I really want people to embrace it. So one of the things I recommend is to shift your perception, because it's the way that we look at a challenge, we can actually turn that upside down and use that as a catalyst to take us to the next level of whatever you want to do, whether you want to lose weight, you want to get a better job, or start your own business.
Okay, so you see that, you talk about limiting beliefs. So a lot of people limit themselves by the belief about themselves. So how do you overcome that?
Absolutely. Well, one of the first things you want to do is identify what that limiting belief is. For example, maybe you grew up in a household where your parents said money doesn't grow on trees, and so you carry that into your life, and you have to look at what your beliefs are. So that's step number 1. You cannot change anything that you're not aware of. And also look at other people that have pushed past those limiting beliefs. You know, look at Oprah. I mean, she is just such a great example of someone that was challenged and, you know, really realizing her truest and highest potential.
Okay, and you say you need to create a winning strategy.
Absolutely. You need a strategy. Your strategy has to be based on your top 3 values that are congruent, because when you set goals that are congruent with your values, you set bigger goals. Also have a plan and measure what I call your money metrics, or metrics in general. So let's just say if you want to lose weight, you've got to have some way where you're measuring your progress and change that. And the last thing is, if you want to be on the fastest path, hire a mentor or coach to hold you accountable.
Can that be a friend?
It can be, absolutely, absolutely.
Because I would think that friends can also know what your limiting belief is, probably more so than you do, right?
Yes, yes, as long as they're supportive. You really need to surround yourself with people that are going to support you in your mission, your purpose, and your vision.
Are women having more trouble starting their own businesses, or are there more women-owned businesses now than ever before?
Yes,
what are you seeing out there?
Now more than ever, especially online, there are women out there that do want to empower themselves. They are creating businesses online. They're just finding what they really are inspired to do, and that's where their values come in, to really understand who am I, what am I here to do, and be able to monetize that on a bigger level.
Okay, love monetizing. That's what we all want to do
Yeah.
here. All right, the book again is titled Woman on Fire, entrepreneur Heather Picken. Thank you very much. We'll put all the information for you on our website at k2.com.